If you want to become a supporter of Boss Rush, you can head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. For as little as $1 a month, you gain early access to Expansion Pass and Gamescast, audio versions of spoiler casts and interviews, and more perks at the tier that's right for you. You can even follow us for free and gain all of our main shows on one feed. If you can't support us financially, no big deal. You can head on over to youtube.com/Boss Rush Network or bossrush.net for more great content. Thanks for helping us continue to build something better.
Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host and I take excited Eddie B. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello. Hello, Ed. How are you? Are you good?
I'm doing good.
You doing all right?
Hanging in there. I'm doing all right. It is busy.
Been there.
Super busy. Just still getting everything ready for PAX. Right now, just focusing on payment things. Once I get stuff paid for it, then I can start doing my shirts, doing the business cards, and then be ready for PAX in September. Super excited. Which we also have another member coming to PAX West this year. Of course, everybody is the sophisticated and stylish Miss Stephanie Klimov.
Hello, I'm back. Couldn't stay away.
She is back. She's taking over. We keep saying that. I'm retiring. She's taking over.
Oh no! So you get to retire, but I'm always getting fired.
Yeah, you have to stay.
Oh no! But you keep firing me.
Nope, you have to stay now, Stephanie. He's yours now. I need you to...
So you fire him just to rehire him?
Yep.
So that he can retire, but then I get fired again while he's retired. So then Pow Block will be under Stephanie.
Oh goodness! I can't do this alone.
Yeah, I believe in you. You'll be fine. Oh,
the level of support.
I know. I'm the best. I'm like a good bra. I'm a good sport. You know what I mean? No. Okay. I'm tired. I'm running out of dad jokes. It's fine. You'll get over it.
Oh wow. Now, Stephanie, how have you been?
I've been all right. It's been kind of a crazy weekend, and now we're back at it all over again. But I got some cool things shipped to me, some cool collectibles that I'll showcase later, playing some great games, and just slowly getting my bearings ready for PAX West.
Yes.
Nice.
What about you, Corey? How are you? How you doing? How you been?
I'm doing all right. It was a busy weekend. Riley's birthday party was this weekend. Her birthday happened. Her party was yesterday and her birthday's today. So we did a lot of gifts, and she's very happy. So it's all we can ask for. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Just kind of hanging out and doing the thing, and
living the dream.
Yes, the dream. That's what they say. The dream. Yeah, everything's good though. I'm just trying to get everything together now because there's next month's going to be quite busy. Next like 2 months for me are going to be quite busy. So
isn't that crazy? When you say next month, I'm like, wait, why? Oh, it's August. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yep, it's already here. August is here, and it's not slowing down.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool though. I've been looking at stuff. I'm gonna buy some stuff and live a life and be merry and all that stuff.
Hey, you know what else starts arriving in August?
What starts arriving?
Pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, pumpkin spice Stephanie. That's what's coming.
Starbucks in there.
Yeah, if there's anything basic about me, which there isn't too much, but I'm definitely a basic, you know what, for pumpkin spice.
Yeah,
I give that up to like Starbucks. I think Starbucks leads the pumpkin spice season, and then everybody else follows because Once the coffee starts getting a pumpkin spice, then we start seeing pumpkin spice scents in stores. Cereal, like Cheerios got a pumpkin spice flavored Cheerios, and we'll start seeing all of that. And it's just like, okay, y'all are doing too
Too
much.
much, yeah. I'm
You
fine with
know,
just like the coffee, but yeah, too much.
yes. And then when pumpkin spice season is over with, we are stuck with all the pumpkin spice that nobody don't want, and
Ship
it
them to me.
sucks.
Ship them to me. I'll buy them all. I'll take that over eggnog because that's the next flavor to take over. But I'm not ready to talk about that.
Oh, I love eggnog so much, but the problem with eggnog is I barely could find it in stores.
Really?
Yeah, when I may have to start going to some of the grocery stores in Kenosha, because of course they would have a lot of it since they're capital of the dairy stuff. But like places around here, if I get any eggnog, they only have 6 bottles, and once they're gone, I won't see it for half of the season. Like they barely restock it. But
Interesting.
Wisconsin, they'll have like 15 different styles of eggnog there. I'll be like, okay, yeah,
Oh,
so
sharing is caring. We need
it
to
is.
spread the wealth.
That's what my daughter says when she wants something. Sharing is caring.
And do you share?
And yeah, because she's going to yell at me or hurt me or something. I don't know. I don't want to pay the price.
Oh wow. Well, I had a venture Saturday night. So they were doing our floors, doing the waxing our floors because we had a visit today, Monday of this recording, and I get there like at 8:30 because I'm supposed to be there at 9, but I'm just like, I want to make sure that the store is moved. I get into the store, I got half of the front that needs to go away. I'm like, oh crap. So I clock in, start moving stuff. And then the people who's coming in to do the wax, they come in like around line 15. And so I'm like, okay, let me show you where the wax is at. So I took it to the back, showing where the wax is at. It was just like, there's a box missing. I'm like, huh? It's just like, okay, which one is missing? And it was just like, we need this one. I'm just like, oh, here we go again. So I had to get in touch with my store manager. She's talking to me. I hand the phone over to the guys that's doing it. And so they start talking. And I'm just waiting there like do 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 do. So they talk for a good 15 minutes, and she's just like, okay, they're just gonna wax the floor, whatever we have, and then that's it. I was just like, okay. And then she's just like, well, our district manager told us to order this. And I was just like, if you tell me that they're going to do the whole floor of wax, or they're waxing the whole floor, they're like stripping in everything, just order all 3 and everything. But
Shenanigans.
shenanigans. And so I want, next time I see my store manager, I'll be like, let me know next time they wax the floor so I can order all 3 of these in case. I'm like, I want to be prepared because I wasn't supposed to get off. I was supposed to get off at 6 in the morning on Sunday, but I got home like at 3. I got home at 4 o'clock in the morning, but got off at 3:40, and everything. I was just like, why is it every time anybody tells me that they're gonna be waxing the whole floor, like we're doing our whole floor, they never order the right at wax? It always happened to me. Shoot, one time I had to, they had refused to do it at my old store and they left. So I literally was at work overnight stocking and changing stuff because they refused to do the floor. And
Oh gosh.
one time they didn't even show up. I'm like, come on now. I was just like, so I had to literally miss 8 hours worth of pay. But my manager went in and just like, I'm not gonna do that to you. So she just put me for 8 hours of pay.
What?
Because I was just like, they had everything moved. I got there at 9 o'clock. They were supposed to be there at 10. 10 rolls around, they didn't show up. 11 o'clock, they didn't show up. 12 o'clock, they didn't show up. So I had to call my manager. I'm like, they never showed up. She was just like, well, you go ahead and go home. She's just like, I'll just put you 8 hours in, and they had a field day of phone calls about that.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
that's fun. But I have my Nintendo Switch 2 with me, so I got to play games overnight. And yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, so well, everybody, how about we get into Snacktendo? Great. What have you been snacking on?
Well, today I had some leftovers for dinner from yesterday, the party. Had some burgers and some sausages and hot dogs and chicken kebabs and just all kinds of, meaty goodness, as they say.
Oh, yum.
It was so good. The chicken was really good. It was
Yes.
marinated in like this Mediterranean dressing, which was really good. And just the peppers and the onions and the light seasoning we put on it, just because I didn't want to take away from the marinade. Was really good. And then we had the burgers were seasoned in like a bourbon brown sugar kind of seasoning, and it was really good. It's really good. So and then birthday cake, obviously.
Ooh, yum. What kind?
Chocolate with I don't know, icing. Good icing. The good kind. I never know what
Chocolate
it's
with
called.
icing.
Yep.
The buttercream icing.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what the good
Okay.
icing is. It just tastes really good.
Yeah, buttercream.
Lilo and Stitch theme. So that was
Very
fun.
cute.
Ah,
My daughter's obsessed with Lilo and Stitch right now. So
nice.
Yep.
I love that movie, Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's fun.
It's probably because I went to the movie theaters when that movie came out to see it. And just like was so wowed by it. Like this is the time when Disney was putting a lot of their animated movies at the theater. I would go and watch them. I wouldn't watch them on the day of release, but like at a certain time, I would go and watch them so I could understand, why I made so much money and why people end up loving it and stuff. And it was just pretty good.
Nice.
I heard the live action Moana wasn't very good, but I don't know. I don't plan on seeing it.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't very good either. I heard it bombed
Yeah.
actually at the box office, I heard.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
But hey, that's what happens when you become creatively bankrupt and you don't put out, new things in between your remakes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mhm.
No, that is true.
So, I mean, Pixar's last few original films kind of bombed, but at least they're trying to put original stuff out
Yeah.
between their Toy Story 732 and whatever else I'm trying to put.
They said this Toy Story, the one that just came out, was really good.
That's what they said about the last two, and guess what? Nope. They've ended it twice, and they made a fifth one. Okay, that's all I'm saying. How does Woody come back? Okay, watch Toy Story 4.
enough.
He runs away. Loser.
Spoiler alert. Just kidding.
Look, I've only seen up to 3. I haven't seen 4 or 5. So
you're not missing much. You can watch 2, and then you can watch all the like little animated specials.
2 was good, but I like 3 too. 3 was also good. Of course, they got Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro in
It's
it.
the only reason you like it, isn't it?
I actually screamed with happiness.
Shocking.
I was just like, Totoro! I said that was the kiss. Was like, what the heck? I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. my anime love for Studio Ghibli came out, and I just which they Studio Ghibli Fest should be coming out soon, and I need to figure a way on how to watch those every month in the movie theater with my popcorn.
Oh, and speaking of like Disney real quick, whatever showcase thing Disney does, I guess they're going to showcase some Kingdom Hearts 4 stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. At D23 this year, they're going to showcase Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. They did that for 3 also. They showed it there first. Also, their Halloween bash this year is going to be a lot of Kingdom Hearts focused too at Disneyland.
Okay. Aw.
They do it they have Kingdom Hearts there every year, but they're actually like leaning into it this year. So
Okay.
there's a really funny video out there of the Halloween Kingdom Hearts Mickey Mouse, and he's walking and his pants fall down. And it's not AI because it's a lot older than the AI has been around, so it's just really funny. Oh
Yeah. I still can't believe that Nintendo was able to offer a trailer with gameplay for their E3 presentation. Summer Direct.
I don't know. I'm not. I mean, we're not going to get into this right now. I feel like this is an hour-long conversation that we don't need to have right now. That we probably already had 3 times somewhere else.
I was just saying.
Look, Disney is a kids company. Square is a Japanese company. Handhelds are popular over there. That's why. That's why Resident Evil showed up at the Nintendo Directs, because handhelds are the Switch is the clear dominant console over there, and so all the Japanese developers and publishers want to get on that Switch train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, Stephanie, what have you been snacking on?
So over the weekend, I went to a brand new Asian market soft opening. So
nice.
They're about to have their grand opening, and it's much closer than the other Asian market that my mom and I would shop at. Like, it's closer to the city, and it's a real pain in the butt to go to. But it has like all the ingredients that you would not find in a traditional supermarket. So I went there and I picked up some sugar snap pea, greens, not the peas themselves, but the greens. Lotus root. I love lotus root. It is so good. The consistency is a lot like a crunchy potato. Some fish balls. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it tastes good. And some gyoza. I got some kimchi gyoza, and I forgot what the bulgogi gyoza, which is like a type of dumpling. And I made like some I basically made like an Asian fusion inspired dish with some rice, sauce, stir fried those greens with garlic and ginger. Had those gyozas, those dumplings, so it was nice. I'm trying to refamiliarize myself with my own culture's cooking. I even bought some dumpling wraps so my son and I can make our own homemade dumplings from scratch soon.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yes, dumplings are delicious. My son should be in bed. My son should be in bed.
It's not. It seems like he's in bed, like a good child.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was kinda it for me, so if anyone else wants to take over and tell me what they've been snacking on, that'd be great.
That would be me. So for me, I don't know if this is true, but I went to Burger King today and I got onion rings, and they said that the company doesn't have any more zesty sauce at all.
Well, that's not good.
I'm like,
That's
wait.
That's the only reason you get the onion rings there.
Exactly. So I mean, they gave me barbecue sauce to dip them in, which is still really good.
Barbecues? What?
Yeah, because they had like a budget sandwich that was like $2.
The rodeo burger.
Yeah,
it was for came out when Toy Story came out. That's what it was promoted with. It was Toy Story.
Yeah, and so they kept it because it got so famous. So
or there's just been a Toy Story movie every like 3 years since then.
No, they even after
I know. I'm just kidding.
Corey, you can't be doing this to me because I love the rodeo burger. Look, rodeo burger.
I love the rodeo burger. That was my go-to when I went there. But
you need a budget.
Look, I've moved beyond Burger King at this point. It's I go to high stakes establishments now, like Taco Bell. And Ed, did I tell you I went to Taco Bell? That was last week's show, right?
Yeah, you told me you went to Taco Bell.
We talked about Taco Bell, yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about the cleansing.
Yikes.
About that.
No, you talked about the cleansing. There was no cleansing from me. That is your power move.
Good. No, I just said the cleansing. That's all I said. I didn't say nothing else.
All right, we're moving on.
But I had like they have a like kind of a new chicken sandwich. It's not really new. It's just like their regular Burger King chicken sandwich, but with bacon and tomatoes. Like that's a chicken sandwich deluxe. I think is what they're calling it. Which is really good. Had the apple pie from them. Like I said, had onion rings with barbecue sauce. Since they don't have zesty sauce, which kind of which kind of lets me know that it may be true because I went to Burger King a while back. After work, I got home late because I had to really get the stores together because we had a visit, and I hit a BK that was open at midnight, and they just happened like, oh no, zesty sauce. I didn't question it. I just got my food and was going home and stuff. But I was just like, oh wow, no zesty sauce at Burger King. Interesting. Did go to Arby's, and got some kind of like Philly cheesesteak looking kind of burger, but it tasted like a hamburger helper thrown on the bun. I'm like, huh? What is this nonsense? So I ate what I could eat, and I was just like, yeah, this is not hitting or anything. So I'll just stick to my regular Arby's sandwich. I told Corey, Stephanie, I was just like, I should have got some mozzarella sticks because Arby's do got some bomb mozzarella sticks. No lie.
Everybody enjoys a good mozzarella stick.
It was Fridays or Arby's mozzarella sticks that I would eat. Because I get the Southwestern egg rolls for. Oh, you're on mute, Stephanie.
Making me hungry. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was yelling at my son. So.
Oh, I got this. Like, if I do Chili's, I'll do the Southwestern egg rolls, which is about big. I love those. But then yeah, I just did some ice cream this week because of the heat, like chocolate ice cream and stuff. And I've been drinking a lot of cranberry juice. The Simply Cranberry has been like bomb big. I just been drinking that. Definitely
Why, you got
good
a hot
when
date
it's nice
or something?
No. No, not anytime soon for that.
Oh,
I wish I did, but no, and then what you gonna say, Corey?
Nothing.
Or should I just wait?
I just continue.
And right now I got some Mott's apple juice sitting in the refrigerator, some nice cold apple juice. I love cold apple juice, so good and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been snacking on. Nothing really new or anything. I mean, I had some Wendy's also. Man, late when I get home from work late, because of other things, I get hungry with ease. I'm like, I need to go get something to eat and stuff. So it's between the grocery store that I stop at before they close at 12, or some fast food joint and everything.
Nice.
That includes Taco Bell.
That includes Taco Bell, he says.
Yeah. Because sometimes I just be wanting the big Mountain Dew, and I love Taco Bell's Mountain Dew. Something about it. So
nice.
Yeah. But with that, everybody, it's time for Playing with Power. Stephanie, what have you been playing with Power?
Right. So I just rolled credits on Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Huh?
Coffee Talk Tokyo.
But the game is out.
Yeah, it is. It's been out for a while.
No. Are you serious?
Yes, Ed. It's been out for like a while.
Like,
no, because I've
Anyways,
I'm thinking,
Stephanie, how's Coffee Talk Tokyo?
You want to know why, Stephanie? It's because I waited for my physical copy of it.
That's probably it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So no, I'm definitely won't spoil it for you then, but it's I loved it. I did hear feedback that it's not as good as the first two I know
Mhm.
the writer writing, right, it's different, but I don't know, I thought about that, and I think a big part of it is because in the first game, this it's like kind of a newish cozy concept, right? So
Mhm.
everyone's kind of excited to meet these new characters, make coffee, it's very cozy. And then part 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly, the majority of the characters return, so there is a love for the characters that have already been established. I think this 3rd game kind of had an uphill battle to climb because now that gameplay of just talking and making coffee, we're 3 games in, so that's not gonna change, and we have brand new characters, and I think people like to stay with the characters that they've fallen in love with over time. So I
Yes.
think that worked against the game because I personally didn't see an issue with it. Maybe like the tonal shift, maybe I could maybe sense at a higher level it's not the same writing, but I still love the characters. I still love their stories. They still tackle heavy themes, and I love kind of the little bit of references to the Seattle location. Definitely gives off a Tokyo vibe. You can make cold drinks as well as hot drinks. Um, if anything, maybe the pacing was a bit slow in the beginning, but other than that, like, it has everything that if you are a fan of Coffee Talk is in Coffee Talk Tokyo, so I liked it. I can see factors, that would go into play for people who say it is, not as good as the first 2, but I think that if you like cozy visual novel-like games that have a lot of that rely on character development and deep resonating themes,
Mhm.
I still recommend it.
Well, it was for me, it was always planned. Like I didn't do the digital version because I have the physical one on pre-order. So that's why I kind of like I said, I thought I'm like, that game's not out yet. But you're kind of the first person reporting on it because I really haven't heard anybody say anything about it. And I know Toge Productions um, and their whole situation and stuff. I don't know if they had a chance to like really market that game and stuff out, and stuff. But yeah, like just I think a lot of people have slept on this game. Um, so I wonder will it pick up once the physical version release, and more people will talk about it because Coffee Talk is for indies and a lot of people who love that style of game, it is a big part of gaming, you
Yeah,
know?
I agree. It's definitely, at least in the indie scene, Coffee Talk's a pretty notable franchise, a
Mhm.
series. And even as a fan myself, I don't see that presence much like I used to. I hope it ramps up because I still think it is a wonderful game to play, and I want to keep supporting them. So
Yeah, I think the last time I think yeah, it was announced, and the last time we saw Toge Production at PAX, we congratulated them and said that we're excited for the game. Um, so since we haven't seen them in a while, hopefully we do see them sometime down the line. Kind of just want to continue to wish them the best and congratulate them because they do some good Tokyo Productions does some good work, and I'm looking forward to this Coffee Talk Tokyo. I've always been it's always been the writing, the characters, and their stories. It's never been about the making the coffee or anything,
yeah, I
you know.
agree. So I don't know, and I did write a review. It will publish bossrush.net this Sunday, whatever the Sunday is
I think it's
that's
the
coming up,
19th.
the 19th. So feel free to
Mhm.
check that out. Other than that, I think my picture's frozen, but as long as you can hear me, I am still slowly chugging my way through Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm getting my butt beaten again, so I'm just grinding and, boosting up those levels. And I'm starting very slowly because they're all on my Switch too, so I can only play one game at a time. It's Observer System Redo or Redux
Oh
by
yeah.
Bloober Team. It is kind of like
Mhm.
the not remake, but like a
Remaster.
remaster of that game. I've never played it, and I'm always a fan of Bloober, so I'm willing to give it a shot. but I don't have too much to say about it right now because I'm still kind of early in the game.
Yeah, I think it just came out because I know it's being posted and advertised, the Switch 2 version. I've been seeing a lot of tweets and skeets on Blue Sky about it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Did you
The
just say
only thing
skeets?
yeah, that's what they called it on Blue Sky, skeets.
Do they?
back in our generation, skeet had a much different meaning.
Back in my generation, it was part of Chicago house music, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
And if for
I
those who know
always-
Chicago,
I always
Okay.
think of Need for Speed Underground because that was like the title screen of that song was
Oh, wow.
the title screen of Need for Speed Underground on PS2.
uh,
The
Yeah, we
person who
had-
came up with the term skeet for Blue Sky clearly is not a millennial or older.
It's okay on Mastodon, which is like the technology-based social media platform that I use for work.
Mhm.
They call it, because their mascot is an elephant. They call them toots.
Wow.
Like, yeah,
Wow, okay.
tooting, retooting.
Anyway, so that's what I've been playing. Who wants to go next?
Corey, what have you been playing with Power?
I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I've put about 6 hours into it so far. I just got through that, like when Colony 9 gets this. I mean, this is just the opening part of the game. So when Colony 9 gets attacked by the Mechons and Shulk and what's his name, Rhine, you go out to this cave and he starts having the visions from the Monado and starts learning the different things that it can do. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just fought a giant spider boss and it was fun. It was good. My Switch 2 is actually paused on the cutscene that happens afterwards. But I'm kind of sad that something happened and one of the one of the characters that you meet is no longer with us right now. But I don't want to spoil anything else. So
Okay.
but it's really fun. It looks really nice on the Switch too. Like they really did a nice job. It runs at 60 frames. It's got new lighting. It's got texture redone textures. Combat's really fluid and really fun. My only thing is like it's really messing me up trying to figure out which button's like the map and which button is my quest log because they're all over the place. You click the left stick in to bring up the mini map, but it like expands it out onto on top of the screen, but you can still walk around while you're looking at the mini map. But then if you press X, it brings up the whole map. So and then I don't know. I'm struggling to wrap my brain around where all the tools are that I need. But actually playing the game, I'm fine. It's just, I need the map. Oh, that's the wrong map. Oh, that's the pause button. Oh, that's the equipment button. Why is everybody wearing bikinis in my equipment thing?
Oh,
Come
no.
on, the less clothing, the stronger the armor.
I mean that is not false in the case of Xenoblade, but that's why shirtless Shulk became a meme for a reason, right? So
I would say, what about Fire Emblem?
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Listen, you download Fire Emblem Heroes and that's everything you need to know about how strong the bikini clad anime girls are. So. Byleth is navy blue, by the way, in case you're wondering.
In other words,
she has a red flower in her hair, so it's fine.
I'm assuming you've been playing Heroes.
I haven't actually.
Oh,
nope. I unsubscribed from the pass. Ed, I gotta start being diligent with my money. Okay, I gotta start being
okay.
smart. I got other real games to buy. I can't be playing these anime girl gotcha games on my phone when I got to rebuy Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3 for the third time.
Shoot, I still got to do the upgrade packs, but I think, like I said, I'm.
Well, they're all getting physicals. I'm shocked you're not waiting for the physicals.
I think because of the upgrade packs, I'd rather just do that for it. I may go to the physicals, like if they go
Mm,
once they go to 40
mm.
and
I got
stuff,
I
I
got
may be doing.
I got rid of my physical Switch 1 versions because the Switch 2 versions have the Switch 1 versions on the cartridge, but it
Mm,
has the upgrade pack on if you put it in your Switch 2. So I
yeah.
was like,
I
there's no
think
reason
for
to own
me
both.
I think for me it's because since I own the Wii version, I don't own the 3DS version. But I'm like, since I got the definitive for Switch when it came out and it was hard to find, along with 2 and 3, I'll just keep those and I'll just do the upgrade pack,
Mm,
and everything.
mm,
So
cool.
so
But I've been playing a lot of that. I've been playing the thing about Xenoblade though, it's like I've played it when it came to Wii. It's like
mhm.
one of the last Wii games I played. It was that and The Last Story were like the last two kind of major Wii games I played. Which where's my remaster of The Last Story? Jeez, Miss Walker.
Okay.
Can we just put Miss Walker's games on the Switch already? Xbox, come on, suck.
I
And
got coins ready to
you can
give for
keep
that game.
the original Blue Dragon though. You can keep that. I'll just take Lost Odyssey and
Oh, they have kept the original Blue
I
Dragon.
know
You
they
can
have.
only
I know they have.
I got the 360 physical
But
version
there's
that
two
I
on the
got to
3DS or
use.
on the DS. Someone on this panel got me one of them. Thank you to that person.
I was shocked to know that there was like another one of them. I just thought it was like
Mm,
I knew there was a Blue Dragon on 3DS, but I didn't know that there
mhm.
was two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them on DS. But yeah, I would love to like now that I'm like into Xenoblade, I'm like, man, if we could just
Mhm.
get an HD port of The Last Story in here, or I mean,
Was it Pandora's Tower?
Pandora's Tower. Yeah, get all the Operation Rainfall games over here
Oh,
because
yeah.
Pandora's Tower was like kind of like God of War meets action RPG. Remember
Mhm.
Kingdoms of Amalur? It was kind of like that, but with
Yes.
motion controls. And I'm like,
Yes.
I don't really care for the motion controls, but Kingdoms of Amalur is, if you haven't played that game, that is an excellent video game. If you like the OG God of Wars, if you like Fable, if you like Zelda, you should play
Mhm.
Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning because it has that pirate DLC too attached to it.
Oh, cool.
Although I wouldn't play it on Switch, I would play it on something that has the DLC on it. But I mean, you can play it on Switch. I don't care. But anyway, it's not important. But just playing Xenoblade as you're moving throughout the world and these dungeons and stuff, you can really start to peel apart the influences in Breath of the Wild and how they like put together that world, right? Because Monolith
Mhm.
built the open world for Zelda, and you can really
Yeah.
start to see like, oh, there's a cave under this bridge. Let's go in here. What's in here? Oh, there's enemy in here. Oh, there's that enemy has an item that I need for this quest line. Oh, it's a rare item. Let's get that, and it's like you can start to see like, okay, Monolith, I see what you're doing here.
Kind of
You know.
making your own side quests without,
Mhm.
going to somebody to give you direction for that side quest.
Yeah, and it's not quite obviously not quite as open as Breath of the Wild, obviously,
Mhm.
because it's a Wii game, but like you can really start to see, and I'm assuming once you get to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, you really start to see like, okay, well, look what they did with Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Now they're moving back
yeah.
to Xenoblade and then Tears of the Kingdom, and like you can really see how their open worlds start to evolve. So I'm like really interested to see, how that evolves over time.
Yeah, Xenoblade 3 has some stuff that if you don't explore, even though it's not part of the main storyline, there's
Mhm.
side quests that's like super important to the story and to
Yeah,
characters.
I mean, there's 419 quests in Xenoblade Chronicles 1,
Yeah.
plus the Future Redeemed. That's what the DLC is called, right? So,
Yes.
um, I don't know. I'm really into it right now. I'm really like as soon as we get off this recording, I'm probably going to play a little bit because I'm really excited for it. So,
Nice.
but that's kind of all I've been playing. I played some Mario Party with the kids this weekend. Um, so that was cool. They
I,
they just Yep.
uh, we've, uh, just one thing, Corey. Did you like the battle system of Xenoblade 1?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. You can tell it's old and old.
Mhm.
It feels. You know what it feels like? Actually, feels like the era, right? It feels a lot like Final Fantasy 12, actually, where like it's turn based, but you have to queue up your moves a little bit, but you can still move
Yeah.
around, and like depending on where you're positioned and your moves are queued up, they do different, attacks statistically. Like there, like Shulk, for example, has like that side attack that causes bleed, right? But it doesn't
Mhm.
cause bleed unless you're literally on the side of the enemy. So you kind of have to run around and as it queues up, you kind of just have to position yourself to use those moves. But it's still pretty turn based and pretty uh, of the era, we'll say, 20 or 2005, 2006 ish. Very, you know, it feels a lot like Final Fantasy 12 in terms of the battle system.
Yeah. 'Cause I enjoyed the auto battle system there
Mhm,
is. It just really have to focus on, like you said, your position. 'Cause that's what I even did on Final Fantasy 12. Good that you mentioned that. Once I started getting to more to the gambit system, dude, I started putting them musts on auto on what they should do, and it made the game fun. 'Cause it definitely made grinding easier.
mhm,
Instead of having to stop and go and making decisions and stuff.
mhm. Yeah. So, but that's kind of it. That's all I've been playing. I'm really enjoying it. I'm I'm ready to get to like I don't know. I now that I've started, I'm like, man, I really need to get moving and play the rest of these. But
Mhm.
I am glad that they spaced out the Switch 2 editions of the other ones,
Yeah.
because this is also gonna. I know this is kind of stupid, but it's gonna allow me to go back to finally do that Breath of the Wild replay because I want to see how it evolves. I'm like really into like how they are evolving these worlds now.
Kinda like your own personal, like, retrospect in a sense.
Yeah, kind of, sort of,
Uh,
I guess.
or kind of like an evolution of Monolith Soft and their work. Bringing their Xeno series to Nintendo, um, and how that led to Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
Uh, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. So that's it. That's all I've been playing. Um,
Okay. Well, for me, everybody, I finished the Adventures of Elliot. Um,
Ooh, okay.
the first part I had to go and do more quests so I could get the second ending. I think this game has multiple endings to it. And so um I was able to defeat the final boss, and I have to say it was a little bit challenging. That's fine, but I've been powered up. What I like about this is that once I defeated that final boss, there was no resurrection. There's no follow up battle. I wasn't put into no confusing mess. I literally was able to get to the end. I'm just like, oh, I remember when final bosses only had one health bar. You defeated them, and that was it. You didn't have like three boss battles going back to back to back in RPGs. I'm looking at you, Tales of Symphonia. As much as
mm,
I love you, that
mm.
ending was ridiculous of doing all of those fights.
Oh, speaking of Tales,
Ah,
I also re-downloaded Tales of Arise on the Xbox, which
nice.
someone here also got me for my birthday one year. So, uh, man, that game's so good. I just wish I would have finished it, but I'm itching to replay it. So,
Bound that intro music is so bombastic. It's so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tales
Um,
of Symphonia, man, what a game.
yeah. Part 2, didn't finish it. I was so good with 1 on the GameCube.
People don't like to. I don't think. What is it? Dawn of the New World, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Speaking of, sorry, you just reminded me. I was thinking about this the other day. Those RPGs, uh, uh, oh my gosh, what is it called? Not Dark Shadow. What is it called? Shadow something. Shadow Hearts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, where's that trilogy at? Oh man,
PlayStation.
those are some amazing PS2 games, by the way. There's like the
Square.
more with all this like physical media stuff coming up, right? Like
Mhm.
I don't mean to take a side tangent here, but Stephanie, your article, by the way, on the website, very, very good. How to manage your physical media. I forget what the title is, but it has the big pink physical
I appreciate
media.
you reading it. I'm pretty sure like
Yeah.
only 10 people in the whole world looked at
Yeah.
that article. So.
I think I shared it out on social media today, actually. But like with all the stuff going on about physical media and stuff like that, like
Mhm.
there are still so many, and I'm not even talking about licensed games. I'm talking about like, you know, Xenosaga trilogy, Shadow Hearts, all these great PS2 era games that are just stuck out there, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, Dark Cloud. Like, where's the two Dark Cloud games? You know, where's
That's
It's-
level 5.
I mean, I know you can buy them, the PS2 versions, digitally on PS2, on PS5 or PS4, but it's like these games, like Rogue Galaxy, you know, Skies of Arcadia. These games are just stuck. Like, where are these
And
games, man? Like,
we-
give me.
we-
I understand,
we
like, you're not
did
going to make any money off of them, really, but like,
Dude, we did an expansion pass on about this because
I
we
know
were
we
just
did.
like,
I know. It's just been
because-
coming up again, and I've been making a lot of lists of games that I've gotten rid of over the
Mhm.
years that I would like to add back to my collection before things starts really skyrocketing. And I was thinking about Shadow Hearts, man. What a great, Stephanie. That's a game that you would like a lot.
Shadow Hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them. But yeah, it's just, man. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you again.
No,
Like
it
I
was
always do.
it was just that, you know, we, like I said, we did a special pass on it. I'm like, it's just on the Switch 1 era with all of these RPGs coming out and them selling money around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you miss that? Now I know Bandai Namco and Monolith Soft, that situation would have to be worked out.
Yeah, but they brought
and everything.
Kados over. I mean, I know only in America they didn't put out a physical version, but like they brought
Yeah.
Bat and Kados over. Where, like, and I'm telling you, Xenosaga is much more popular than freaking Bat and Kados.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was Bat and Kados maybe sold like 20,000 copies on the GameCube, right? I mean, it was a GameCube exclusive. That was a bad decision by them, but like they brought that back out. It's $14.99 on sale right now, by the way, if you want to go buy them.
I got my physical for it. But yeah, it's just that all of these games, if they re-release, and I think that's why we still clamor for Twilight Princess and Wind Waker to come to Switch, because we're willing to pay for it. You know, like
Yeah, but-
all of these old games. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, but that's Zelda. They'll come over eventually.
Yeah.
Zelda's popular. Xenosaga and Shadow Hearts and these types of games. It just like even like Xenogears too. Like, I mean, even some of these PS1 classics, right? Xenogears, Vagrant Story.
Mhm.
You know, some of those classic PS1 RPGs that maybe a handful of people played, but were still amazing. Like, I can't tell you how much a Vagrant Story is an amazing game.
I haven't got a
cannot
chance
play.
Yeah.
Unless you have a PS3, I guess.
Shoot,
Good luck.
still one of my favorite PS1 games, Alondra, and that's Working Designs. And I mean, they're another company now, but that's stuck on PS1.
Ed, how many treasure games are you looking for right now? You know what I mean? Like Mischief Maker, Sin and Punishment. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the popular ones.
The Wario Land one that Treasure did for GameCube. Like, Treasure has a history. Like, the only ones that you could really buy, like, just even for Switch, is Ikaruga. And Radiant Silver Gun you could buy. But yeah, like you said, Corey, like Mischief Makers, like I would be buying. Like, yeah, some of the stuff, if they are on NSO, that's fine. But I'm like, Sin and Punishment 2, people started clamoring for that to come out on Switch. You know, if you're going to bring these Wii U and some of these Wii games, Sin and Punishment is Sin and Punishment 2 is the one that everybody would be wanting to play. I mean, I'm like, Treasure has a history of games. I would still love to play the McDonald game that they made for the Sega Genesis.
Oh gosh, yeah. Or like, even remember the Domino's made a game. The
Yeah,
what gosh, what was that dumb
that was
character called?
Capcom.
What was the dumb character's name though?
With the red head,
Yeah.
with rabbit hairs.
Yeah, I don't remember, but that was stupid. The 7-Up dot game, right? Like that was something. Or the California Raisins, like those games. There's so many games out there, man. Like, where are the Burger King games? Speaking of Burger King earlier, where's Sneaking and
You're annoyed. That's it.
Yo annoyed. Yeah, that was annoyed. But I just remember that idiot bouncing around my screen as I was like, I just want pizza, dude.
Right.
Ninja Turtles are giving me pizza. I don't need you, dumb rabbit.
And then when Domino's revised their recipe, he put out the 2 for $5.99 deal.
Oh my gosh.
Domino's became the place for pizza.
Look, man, you're gonna offer me $6 pizza, I'll buy it all the time. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just am remembering all these classic games as I'm making these, kind of pseudo lists of things, and it just makes me sad about all the games that we just don't have. And like good, like, and I'm not just saying that from a nostalgia purpose. I'm saying like from just them being great games,
Yeah.
And like, I know a lot of it has to do with licensing and music and likeness, and I mean that's why we never got Onimusha 3 ported, because that French actor once paid, and Capcom's like, well, the series isn't that popular. We're not paying you what you want. But I mean, they're doing 1, 2, and 4. There's no 3, right? I mean. And then the new one, obviously, but
it was 3.
I mean, yeah. And then that's why Sega stopped Judgment from going to PC for a long time. It's because that actor didn't want people to nude mod him, right? That was the whole thing. I was like, well, it's a video game. They're gonna find a way,
right?
As Jeff Goldblum said, life finds a way. So. R.I.P. Sam Neill today, by the way.
Oh yeah. That's for another time. But him being in Jurassic Park, I was just like, oh wow.
I love Jurassic Park. Great movie.
And then a lot of people are probably this weekend. For some people, they about to start going through his whole filmography. Because there's a lot of movies.
12 movies he did.
There's a lot of movies of his that I don't know about, and so I'm like, shoot, I will go watch them. And speaking of physical, Corey and Stephanie, they've been talking about a rise in DVDs and Blu-ray movies and stuff because of the licensing deal. So we might start seeing a good rise in that. If physical movies, and this is through ordering or maybe bookstores or whatever, if there is a good promise of showing it, we may start seeing physical movies back into stores.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I mean, because because a lot of stuff like from the 90s. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm fine. I'm just joking.
A lot of the 90s stuff is coming back for some people. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be something.
Which I'll have to talk to you, Stephanie, about something after the show. You might be like, don't be mad at me for this article.
Ed's hot take. New at 11.
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
Anyways, let's what else? Who else is playing something?
Help. Me. It was still me.
Shocking.
But yeah, it's that I'm playing that again, and I'm going to be moving on to South by Midnight, starting Wednesday. So I am super excited to that. I'll be playing that for 2 weeks on my Series X. So I'm super, super excited for that. But I'm also going to be playing another game that I have in my show and tell. So, are you guys ready for a show and tell? Anything?
Let's go. Bring it.
Do it.
All right. So, the game that I'm also going to be playing around with playing South by Midnight,
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight, Mouse PI for Hire. I have the physical
Nice.
version. The collector's version just came out.
They just put that
I
big
actually-
update out too for Switch 2, which
Yes.
improves a lot of things. So
Yes. So a lot of people are getting a physical and a collector's edition. Mine came in. Also, so I'm super excited to play that. And I also, Stephanie, you might like this or love this. I have my Wholesome Games shirts.
Yeah. I love it.
That's the first one. And then this is the other one. So of course, I got both of them.
you got
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I definitely like I said, when Host of Games come out, I always wait for the shirt, and I also I support them. That's why when I see Kenchika, shout out to her. Every time I see her, I thank her for the shirts and what she does and everything. And just super excited for these. They were supposed to actually come next month, but I guess early shirts came in and stuff. So super excited for that. I will be bringing the packs west with me. To wear them. So I'm super excited for that. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be playing and starting on with Mouse PI for Hire, and I got my shirts. What about you, Stephanie?
All right. My latest batch of limited run games have arrived. Shout out to
Yes.
Limited Run. So the first, I kind of tore it open while we were prepping for the show, is my limited run Tomba 2, the special edition.
Hmm.
It
I love
comes
the fact
with,
they put it as a PlayStation 2 game.
Right?
That's so cute.
right? So it comes with a steel book, obviously the game, the original soundtrack. I love stuff like this. And then I think there's like a poster inside. So that's number one. The next physical I got from them is I have no mouth and I must scream.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
So PS5 Nobody Wants to Die. I'm starting to make sure I get some PlayStation physicals because, And then 2 Switch games, Wolfenstein 2 and then Heretic
Yes.
plus
Yes.
Hexen.
Oh, that's the
Wolfenstein.
limited run version of Wolfenstein 2 where the entire game's on the cart. That's the one everybody's like wanting.
Haunting.
So
Because
I thought they. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
because when it originally released it, I don't know if you remember or not. The whole game, you still had to download 22 gigs of the game.
Yeah.
And then Youngblood only was a code in the box.
Right. Yeah.
So that was really disappointing to a lot of people. But the limited run version of it, you actually get the whole game on the cartridge, which is like probably what I'm going to be looking for at PAX West, honestly.
Yeah, I think if they bring it to PAX West, hopefully they'll sell it there. Because for other ones,
they will not. I don't know if they'll be at PAX West.
Limited run?
Yeah. I don't know.
well,
Oh, well.
Anyway,
Sorry.
part 2. This is I'm going to introduce you to the Steam machine
ooh,
by Valve. There's my retirement fund right here. Believe it or not, I haven't been able to fire it up yet because I'd rather be here talking with you guys about games.
Did it just
So.
come in?
Came in over the weekend, but I was busy and wasn't feeling good, so I'll try and put it up tomorrow.
It kind of feels like, people had, they said their thoughts and everything, and it's kind of just feel like it just died out. Like the excitement for the Steam box.
Oh, it's because of the price, man. Like it was an exciting as
concept. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I mean, if you're gonna, it's less. I mean, if it's less powerful than a PlayStation, like first of all, it's a companion device. It's not even like their main thing. Like it's a companion device, so like it shouldn't be as expensive as it is anyway. But that's look,
Well,
these
yeah,
components are
the
just insane.
smaller size, the 512 with no controller, it's like a hair over $1,000. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just my crippling addiction to have one of every modern console at least once in my life is the only reason why I have it.
My crippling addiction to these consoles.
Well, I kind of feel like if you do get the basic one, most people are probably going to use their Xbox controller to play games on, because it seems like Xbox is the controller for PC games.
Yep. I have my
You know.
rare 40th anniversary Xbox controller, and I'm pretty much going to use my Steam machine as like a console means of playing all the indie games that aren't able to be ported or aren't ported to the other main consoles. And as much as I love the portability of the Steam Deck, it's still a heavy boy, and sometimes and some games aren't compatible with Steam Deck, and I don't really have a great gaming PC or laptop, so I
Yeah.
think that's where the Steam machine's gonna fit in for me. I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's why, like, if there are games that's coming to Steam, if they don't come to Switch, as long as I find out they come to Xbox, I'll get on Xbox to play it.
I did almost buy because they had the refurbished Steam Decks on Valve the other day for $329, the 512 gig ones. The first run of them, the LCD screen ones, for $329, like Valve officially refurbished. And I'm like, I should just get one, but I didn't, and I sat on it too long. The idea that to the point where it was sold out. By the time I was like, I'm gonna do it, and then it was like, nah, just kidding. You suck. You can't make a decision.
I'm good if a game comes to Switch or Xbox at this time.
I know, but you can play games there that aren't on Switch, like Jedi Fallen Order. Where's that game at on Switch? Port everything to Switch 2. Pets Initiative Volume 2.
That's why I'm excited for Mistfall Hunters from Bell Ring Games this month. Yay! Played it on Series X. Hopefully they are at PAX West again.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to be at PAX, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm already setting up our morning interview series. I've already got 4 yeses and 2 maybes. It's gonna be a good time. Very excited.
I'm ready to go back and forth, left and right. I'm going to be grabbing Stephanie if they say Ocarina of Time is being playable at the. If they say Ocarina of Time, just like Stephanie, we need to be there at 8:30.
That media hour. Nobody else. Everybody else might as well close down for media hour. Nintendo's going to be the only one that are open.
Yeah, because I was just going to be like,
they're going to need Nintendo media hour and then media hour and then normal day.
Because I'm going to just be like, hey, y'all, we got to be in our spots ready to go. Let everybody who they call first go. And then, bam, go in. Because like when we did Wisdom, the Wisdom one.
That was good, yeah.
We was there. And it was just like, oh, it's fine, y'all. Go ahead. I'm just like, oh, great. Play. Enjoy. Yes. So. But all right, well, everybody, it's time for Family News.
Yeah,
Corey,
let's
take it away.
Let's scrape the bottom of the barrel for news this week, guys. Look,
wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Family News is gonna be like 5 minutes this week.
That's okay.
There's a lot of stories, but I really don't think anybody has anything to say about any of this. I just want to get it on record because we are a Nintendo show and we like to talk about the things on record, like Nintendo confirming the Switch 2 hardware revision with replaceable batteries is coming to Europe because of European regulations. Nintendo will release a revised Switch 2 in Europe later this year to meet new European Union rules requiring user replaceable batteries. The updated console will have a slightly smaller battery, weigh about 10 grams more, and include Joy-Con 2 controllers with replaceable batteries. Nintendo is also updating the Pro Controller and other accessories, with revised models rolling out in early 2027. The existing hardware will continue to work, but some older accessories without replaceable batteries will be discontinued in affected regions in 2027, in February 2027. So, I mean, we knew this was coming. They have a lot of standardized regulations over there. That's why Apple switched to USB-C. A couple years ago, they really like to have things standardized over there, which is smart. I think more places should do that, but I don't know. I'm not as big on the replaceable battery thing, although it would probably save the Switch in the long term after, look at the Vita and the PSP battery explosion fiasco, right? Leave it in a drawer too long, the battery just expands and explodes, and then your console doesn't work ever again. I don't know if this is going to take off elsewhere, but it could, especially because they have those new screens now too.
Yeah.
So
I will say I do like the fact that Nintendo didn't try to fight this or try to argue. They'd be like, okay, we'll change what we need to change so we can fit the standard to sell our system. Because don't forget, Europe is a Sony-based kind of continent. But that may change in the future. And if Nintendo could, if this makes it easier for people wanting to enjoy the Switch 2 because of the replaceable battery thing, then hey, put it out there.
Yeah. Stephanie, any thoughts on replacing your batteries and your Switch 2 and your accessories and,
No.
keeping Duracell in business, I guess?
No comment.
No comment. All right. Speaking of Europe, Nintendo is going to stop selling the original Switch models in Europe in 2027. Switch will end sales of the original Switch, Switch Lite, and the Switch OLED models in Europe starting February 2027, nearly 10 years after the console launched. The decision appears to be tied with upcoming European battery regulations and the company's shift towards Switch 2. Existing Switch owners will still have access to their games, eShop, and online services for the foreseeable future. It is worth noting that in September, they are launching the Nintendo Switch 1 in India and surrounding regions.
Yeah, I read that.
I don't really have any thoughts on this. I think it's time. They did say it was going to be a 10-year console. We're approaching the 10th year. It's time. Come on, guys. Upgrade.
I will say that it's surprising that they're starting it in Europe before it happens worldwide. So I wonder is with Europe, they may be like not low sales, but like it's not big there, where here in America and Japan it is big. So maybe they're just gonna break it down like Europe might be first, and then some other countries will be probably second to last, with Japan being the last one. And everything. I think that's probably going to happen. And if it's transitioning to India getting the Switch 1, they would have at least, and that depends on the localization, stuff like that, region lock-in if they don't do it. It depends on how big and vast that library of games they could buy and experience.
Well, it's like that.
Yeah.
That remember when certain countries in that region, cats making messes back there, Stephanie.
Yep, just knocking stuff out.
Oh, Midna. Remember when China got those tablets that would play updated ports of Wii games, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of feels similar to that in a way. But I guess we'll find out. We shall see.
Yeah, and I probably what's going to end up happening, I think, when the final rush, like if they say this is the last one and there's no more restocks, I think people are gonna go out and try to scoop up all of those last ones. So I think that's probably gonna be somewhat good business for retailers and for Nintendo.
Yeah. All right, Nintendo, speaking of, has revealed a Super Mario 40th anniversary pin set. That's what I'm saying, guys. We're really scraping this barrel. Whereas there's, Nintendo is celebrating Mario's 40th anniversary with a new collectible pin set arriving at select retailers. The set includes 4 themed pins featuring versions of Mario from games like Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Galaxy, and Bowser's Fury, along with a special anniversary logo pin.
All right, can I tell you something about that? I
Yeah.
saw a post from GameStop not too long ago this evening,
Mm-hmm.
and they must be the first retailer, right, to start promoting it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to buy $100 worth of Mario game products.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I guess that takes much, but I already own, like, I don't know,
I
like,
know. I
I have
already
to
own them
spend
all.
I have to spend $100 to get those? Holy cow.
Yeah, but I wonder if that also includes like eShop cards.
It says Mario related, though.
Mario's on the eShop card. He's on
I'm gonna
there.
dig into it more, but I don't know. I mean, the pin set looks cool. I'm not gonna argue that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does look cool. I just, man, that $100.
Mhm.
What was crazy though the other day on Newegg, they were selling $200 worth of eShop gift cards for like $170, which was like pretty good. But you don't get the pins, so sorry.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the pins, Ed?
No, not really.
This is a great show. Everybody's tuning in. Great. Hello.
I mean,
I mean, besides-
I
I
love
know.
them.
There's a lot more interesting things coming up. I just want to get through the news. I'm just being silly. Let's talk about Legos. Everybody likes Legos, right? People like Legos. They say they do. Donkey Kong arcade set is reportedly launching in August at $200. It is a cool looking set, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the leaked images of this thing, but it's like a full on tabletop arcade classic Donkey Kong from the 70s, 80s.
No, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I would love to get one. It's just $200.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lego collectors are gonna snag this.
Yeah.
This is something they're gonna snag and try to resell or snag. They're gonna probably try to snag 2, build one, and keep the other one for a collection. So if anyone's ever looking at it in the future, they could buy it for like $1,000 or something.
Yeah. I still want to get the Ocarina of Time set at some point. I just,
Yeah, I still need to build mine.
Yeah. It's Legos. They take up time and space.
People treat the Lego sets like retro games.
They I mean, yeah. I mean, it is their retro games, I mean, that's I think the Donkey Kong one looks cool. I do want to say we're going to talk about new Pokemon sets, but I do want to say the Pokemon ones look awful.
Okay, thank you. It's not just me, right? I looked at the Arcanine one. I'm like, ew.
Yeah, I mean, even the ones that are out already look pretty bad. The only one that looks okay is the Eevee one, but even that one's like, somebody dropped that Eevee as a child.
Yeah, no, those. I mean, so far Lego has done a reasonably good job with the partnering with but in Pokemon, no thanks.
Yeah. It's rough out there. Speaking of Lego Pokemon, there are 5 new Pokemon sets, including Rayquaza. I said that correctly, right? That's
I think so, yeah.
Yep, I'm going to say I did. And Arcanine, which, man, I love Arcanine. Arcanine's one of my favorite, but
they did not do a good job with it.
No, they did not.
So I think the thing about it is that because these are not regular Lego pieces, and they had to like make these kind of style pieces for these Pokemon, there's no refinement. So it's new to a lot of people who are seeing these Lego designs, because this is something that Lego normally does. Lego is blocks. They don't really have like oval shapes and stuff like that. Yeah, Arcanine does look bulky and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone buys it and be like, it spent time getting it and just like really showing it off.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. There were Pokemon sets that were like the pixel. They were, I don't know who made them, but it wasn't Lego, but they were Lego-esque. and they were like the pixel versions of them from Fire Red and Leaf Green, essentially. And my daughter has the Eevee one, and we built it together. And those ones look awesome. Those pixel ones look awesome. And
Mega something.
I mean, I don't know if it was Mega Blocks or not, but they look really cool. And then these ones come out, and it's like, oh my gosh, what did you do? You destroyed it.
I wonder were they the people who made the Call of Duty and Halo ones?
I mean, yeah, that was Mega Blocks.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk about Pokemon Go. We haven't talked about that in a while. Pokemon Go developer Niantic is rebranding to Scopely Explore. Why, you ask? Following its $3.5 billion acquisition by Scopely, Pokemon Go developer Niantic is changing its name to Scopely Explore. The new identity will focus on the team's mission to create games that encourage exploration, social connections, and real-world experiences. Existing titles like Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, and Monster Hunter Now will continue under Scopely's ownership as the rebrand rolls out. Did you see the?
Go ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you saw the trailer for this announcement. They redid the entire trailer for Pokemon Go, like the first one they ever showed, but they redid that trailer, but it's like a real life advertisement where they're going to do a Mewtwo raid in Times Square.
Oh,
and that's how they like revealed their brand rebranding, which was neat, but also the rebrand sucks.
Well, it just seems weird for them to be acquired. I'm like, y'all made money from Pokemon Go. How was y'all able to be bought out?
They were bought out for $3.5 billion.
I know, but I thought they would have that much money from the years they did with Pokemon Go.
Well, Pokemon Go is still going. They're just going to continue to make the money. What's the question here?
The question is, how was Niantic able to be bought out from another company for that much money when Niantic should have had more than $3.5 billion because of Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Unless they were just looking for someone to buy them, or because I know the yen is really cheap now, money wise, like it's not as strong. So I wonder if that's being the case, because I just feel like that's so weird that they were able to be brought out, even though Pokemon Go and Niantic made so much money. I mean, Nintendo and Pokemon Company got they cut, but I'm just like, it's just so weird.
Yeah. Well, look, get your money while you can, right? I mean, the thing is they've also had plenty of failed things. Like that Harry Potter one they did failed spectacularly. There was something else they did that was pretty, they failed at that too. I forget what it was. That's how great it was. Just can't even remember what it was called. But I'm actually kind of shocked that Pikmin Go is still going, or Pikmin Bloom is still going. And I'm not sure how the Monster Hunter game is doing, but people seem to like it because it's Monster Hunter. So, but good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
I also think Scopely is a Chinese conglomerate, which people were mad about when they were purchased. I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not, but that seems plausible.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, Stephanie, you still playing Pokemon Go?
I've actually never played it.
Oh, man.
I played the Pokemon trading card game, which I used to play religiously every day, and I finally stopped. But no, I never got into Pokemon Go.
Yeah, my daughter and I used to play we used to open card packs every day. That was kind of like our thing, and then she kind of fell off of it, and then I haven't really played since. I was kind of hoping she would come back to that, but she hasn't. So, oh well. Let's talk about Way Forward. Our friends over at Way Forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way Forward has officially confirmed that the 7th game in the Shantae series will launch in 2027. Revealed during Anime Expo 2026, the announcement included a new trailer, a new teaser image, but no gameplay or story details. Fans We'll have to wait for more information as development continues on the next adventure in the long-running platforming series. I just had to shout out Way Forward because we love Way Forward here.
Yes, we do.
Nice.
Friends of show here. So
I have a feeling they'll probably show it at another Nintendo Direct or maybe an Indie World. No, the Way Forward is more than indie. They're like literally officially third party. So I think on a Nintendo Direct or a Partners Direct, they could show it.
yeah, they're a great company. I every time we talk to them, I love talk. I just enjoy their people. So anything, look, Way Forward. I know you're listening to this episode specifically. Anything we can do to help with Shantae, we will do. So I need to reach out to Boson and see what is going on with that other thing he's working on. But
I wish this love to talk to Way Forward again in general.
Nope, you're not allowed.
Wait, where?
I don't know. All right, guys, let's talk about this last story. We do have an expansion pass on this. I don't have much else to say since then. Plus, Stephanie's recording has stopped. Something went wrong. Yeah, but the Riverside's not recording you now. Yeah. I'll wait for her to come back in.
Yes.
Man, the Riverside just does not like us today.
It has some bad issues.
Yeah. Let's see here. Stephanie is recording now. Okay, great. I don't know. Riverside they changed up some stuff on their back end and it's bugging out. Also, they're owned by Spotify, which is also not the best. Anyways, not important. Let's talk about this Xbox situation real quick. Just again, like I said, you can hear mine and Josh's very animated thoughts on this on Xbox Casuals, or you can listen to mine and Ed's more toned down conversation on Expansion Pass if you are a patron for $1 or you are a YouTube subscriber. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma has confirmed plans to cut 3,200 jobs as part of a major restructuring effort across its gaming divisions. While no studios are shutting down as of yet, teams like Double Fine and Compulsion Games will be leaving Xbox, officially going independent. Ninja Theory and Undead Labs have been sold to an unannounced buyer, and Arcane is currently exploring new ownership options within European regulations. Xbox leadership says announced games will continue, and the changes are meant to create a more focused future for the company. So, sadly, because the Game Pass initiative failed and they messed up this whole thing with their console PC merging business, and their messaging has been catastrophic, to say the least. I hate saying this, but this is exactly what needs to happen for Xbox to have any chance of surviving as, under Microsoft, And there's been a lot of comments on our stuff about, Xbox will be third party within the next 5 years. Xbox will be PC only in the next 5 years. There'll be third party games, whatever. And I understand that. I really do. She has a big job ahead of her, and it is really coming into fruition now of how bad of a situation she inherited from Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. Like, it really sucks to say that because everybody loves Phil, everybody loves Sarah. It's just very clear that there were so many cooks in the kitchen at that point that like everything just
they just weren't focused, right?
They extremely unfocused, yes. And if Aaron Greenberg shows off another controller I can't buy, I'm gonna find him, slap him. So yeah, I don't know. Stephanie, you're really the only one of us that hasn't had any comments on this yet on record.
I mean, I kind of feel similarly to kind of what you guys have been saying. I guess I don't know. I was disappointed that all this got reported after a really strong Xbox showcase.
Mhm.
That's kind of the only thing I have to add. I mean, I'm not necessarily pointing fingers. Like I don't want to add to any more. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know, just the
It's
way
it's
people
very
complain
dramatic.
online. Dramatic and like there's multiple factors in a situation as complex as this. Something like this is rarely simple, and I don't think there's like one single evil villain behind all this. I'm frustrated because I really, was high on Xbox after that showcase, and I
Mhm.
remember you, Corey, you saying like, "Oh, Xbox just needs to find a rake to step on, and that won't be hard." And I feel like this was it. Not that they've necessarily made a mistake, but it's just more, wow, they've been kind of been in deep doo doo, and they didn't really either acknowledge or notice it until new leadership came in.
Yeah.
It's a
So,
like I said, it's a business thing. Of course, we're viewing it as players and community, but we're not viewing it as a business thing. And
Mhm.
so, um, yeah, but I mean, the best outcome is that no studio got closed. That's the best thing to hear. Yes, it's sad that people got laid off, and it's sad that um, you know, some other things are in the works. But I'm like, when it's business, um, if we all took a class in business and understand why this stuff was happening, I think we would have a better understanding and be able to give from the business side more to the discussion of why
Mhm.
these things happen.
Yeah.
mhm,
And
So,
I feel like a lot of people don't understand the financial reasons behind a lot of this stuff.
mhm,
They just see people lost their jobs, studios close, studios shrink, right? Like it lost half their studio, right?
that's
Arcane,
crazy.
Arcane, nobody really knows what's happening with Arcane yet because they have to go through the European regulations of closure or selling, and it's not the
Mhm,
typical, things we think of here in the United States. They did put Machine Games CEO in charge of Arcane during this, which is probably a smart move. I think you're going to see a lot of these studios merge actually, like where they make sense. In Exile and Obsidian make a lot of sense to merge together. Machine Games, and Arcane make a lot of sense to merge together,
because they're
just to kind
different.
of consolidate costs and some of these other things, right? And I know
Mhm,
they're not located in the same area, but there are other things that you have to take into consideration too, and they want to focus on the franchises that are going to make them money, right? That her whole mission here is platform growth, platform sales. It's not Game Pass subscriptions anymore. It's not. It's platform growth. And I mean,
it
and the other big one too that nobody seems to be talking about, and I'm actually quite surprised, and maybe that just shows how irrelevant the franchise is, but like the potential for moving Halo under Activision Blizzard and having, the Call of Duty and Blizzard teams kind of taking it over. I actually think the Overwatch team would make a hell of a Halo game, in my
mhm.
opinion. I think Overwatch is like the closest thing that feels like old Halo in terms of just mechanics. But um and they gosh, they've bungled Halo so bad.
Different
So
these
bad.
studios.
Yeah, and I don't there's not even a reason for Halo Studios to exist. I was telling LaRon this the other night. Like, there's no reason for Halo Studios to exist. None. Certain Affinity's doing the multiplayer. Uh, and they're not even like Halo Studios is even leading the remake, right? They're producing it, but they're not developing it. So,
Oh wow.
like, what are you keeping them around for? No offense. I'm sure they're very talented developers, right? They're very
Mhm.
talented, right? But
I I think it's time for them to do a new IP,
no,
and
they
I
just need to
think
shut them down. They
I
need to
I
move teams around and just
I don't
kill the overhead. And
I so much don't think that. I think when you have a studio just working on one game, sometimes it gets to a point that let's see what else you guys can do as a developer. What else can you bring out of that one thing? and everything. Because like before Bungie brought out Destiny, Bungie was known just as Halo.
Don't get me started on the Bungie situation and then developing a Borderlands 1 remake. I don't know if you saw that.
We will talk about that offline because I did not hear any of this.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but not great. So, but this, to me, this from a Nintendo perspective, let's talk about the studios that went independent. Right, we're going to see a lot of changes. The good thing about these studios going independent or finding new buyers is they get to leave with their IP. Right, Microsoft is giving them their IP. So Double Fine's leaving with Psychonauts and Kiln and Costume Quest, all that stuff. The Ninja Theory's leaving with Senua, which is great. They're leaving with their IPs. They're free to kind of put them wherever. And so I am really excited to see maybe games like Psychonauts show up on Switch 2, or Hellblade 2 and Senua end up on Switch 2, or even a Switch 2 version of Hellblade 1, which is rumored at the moment. And then studios like Compulsion, whatever their next game is, I think you're going to see a lot of what like Toys for Bob is doing, right, with Spyro. Like, I think you're going to see a lot of that kind of, that's part of this story too, of Toys for Bob wants to make a Banjo game. But like, I think you're going to see those studios take that approach of like, okay, we're still independent, but we're going to try to find either Xbox or, publisher X to make a game in their IP that maybe people don't really care about.
Right.
Or, I think the publisher doesn't think they're going to make a lot of money off of.
I think with South of Midnight for Compulsion Games has been so recognizable on Switch 2. I could see Compulsion Games, if they bring out or some of their past games or whatever, bringing them to Switch 2 and them getting that recognition. Because I'm just like, if Compulsion Games succeed more on Switch 2, I could see Nintendo tapping them and looking towards them for something. What it is, I don't believe in them touching Metroid. I think that's retros. I literally could see that whatever lost IP that Nintendo has, if Compulsion is able to get a partner contract with Nintendo, I could see them doing some kind of game, whether it's teen, whether it's whether it's like funny or whatever. I could see them doing something with Nintendo if their past games are selling good. If Nintendo literally recognize Compulsion Games, and even Double Fine if they want to, if they recognize and be like, let's work with you guys, let's see what you guys can do. Don't you know there will be some level of hypeness, and probably goodwill for Compulsion Games to have a contract with Nintendo to do a game exclusively for them. And Nintendo was funding it and would give you time to make sure that everything comes out good. Still let you be who you are independently, but we're gonna jump in, we're gonna check this, probably make some suggestions, and then we bounce and y'all work on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
think of an
go ahead.
I was just gonna quickly wrap it up. To see Nintendo and Compulsion Games come out with a big seller of whatever IP and stuff, everybody's gonna get to talking to be like, I thank God that Xbox let them go, because this is happening. That's gonna be that.
I am glad Xbox let them go. Like, if you had to choose between shutting them down or letting them go and figure out how to do it themselves, then that's always the option, I feel like. But and I mean, to be fair, Xbox has always been pretty good about that, right? They've been, I mean, with Tango, they sold them, right? With who's the other studio? They've just been really good at that, letting them go with their IP, also, which is nice. I'm going to read these last two stories together, just because I see both of these studios making games for Switch 2 in the future. Obsidian is reportedly developing a new Fallout game led by New Vegas director, which so many people were excited. Again, Obsidian laid off like 52 people, but we'll get there. Obsidian Entertainment is reportedly shifting focus to a new Fallout project following Xbox's major restructuring. The game is said to be led by Josh Sawyer, director of the beloved Fallout New Vegas, as studio changes and priorities cancel other projects, including a sequel to Avowed. Sorry, Ed. You're the only person that seemed to have really liked that game. While details remain limited, the reported return to the Fallout universe has sparked excitement among fans hoping for another classic-style RPG adventure. And then the last one, Toys for Bob says it still wants to revive Banjo-Kazooie. Toys for
Let
Bob.
them.
I know. Toys for Bob says it would love the chance to develop a new Banjo-Kazooie game, calling the classic platformer one of its favorite franchises. The studio behind Crash Bandicoot 4 and the upcoming Spyro game says many team members are longtime Banjo fans and would welcome the opportunity to work with Xbox and Rare. While no new game has been announced, the comments continue to fuel hope that Banjo-Kazooie could one day make a comeback. Look, as much as Ed, you and I liked Ukulele, it wasn't it. Wasn't the Banjo game we were hoping for. But
2 is about big.
So let's revisit Fallout real quick. New Vegas is of the modern Fallout games, so 3, 4, 76, New Vegas. New Vegas seems to be the one that everybody loves.
Yes.
I played a little bit of New Vegas. I played a little bit of 3. I am not a Fallout person. I would love to see Obsidian make a game that would make them money, right? Pillars of Eternity is a great franchise. Doesn't make them money. You know, Avowed just didn't hit the mark for anybody.
But it's like Avowed is such a great game, but it just missed the mark for some people. I don't know. And I think a lot of us who played the game and bought it are confused on why it wasn't bigger than what it should be. And like we're literally lost.
It's the Game Pass conundrum. People don't want to buy games that are on Game Pass.
True.
And then when Microsoft refunds you every time you subscribe to Game Pass for a month or use your free trial, you know, like, oh, you're canceling after a month. Do you want your money back? Yes, I do. Thanks for playing our games for free. It's just like there's no money there, you know. And Obsidian's last success was the Outer Worlds 1. They've put out 4 games since then, by the way, right? I guess Grounded 1 is also a pretty big success, but you know what I mean? Like their big kind of AAA tentpole game.
And Outer Worlds 2 kind of got just ignored.
It came and went. Outer Worlds 1 sold 6 million units, and the Outer Worlds 2 sold less than 1 million. How does that happen?
That it didn't get no promotion. It dropped. It came and went. Like to be honest with you, Corey, I didn't even see barely any reviews for that. Maybe not Game Informer. Game Informer and IGN might have reviews, but that game came out and it was quiet.
You know, so they also remember that was the first game Xbox announced was going to be $80, and then they backtracked too. So, and they had great marketing. Those trailers were awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
but
like I mean, they did that whole like, you know, Knights of the Republic Part 2. You know, they did all these like Part 2s, and then they're like Fallout 3 Part 2, and then in parentheses was New Vegas, and it was like really funny. Like they did that. They got it. The marketing team behind that game got it.
Yeah.
It just like, I don't know, man. It just, and I liked the first one. I mean, I didn't love it. I'm not, that's not my kind of game, but I liked it for what it was. I could see how good it was. It's just, I don't know.
It's just, I think it's just something confusing for a lot of people. Just like, why can a game like this be, you know, why can't it's just that's something I'll write for a banter. It's just like, what is Microsoft doing wrong when the games are so good? I'm literally lost, and I'm not even including the Game Pass stuff. And people right now talking about, you know, with PlayStation and physical and digital. Okay, Xbox got some great games on their platform that you physically can buy. why has that not increased in sales?
I don't know, man. I think there's a very big anti-Xbox thing going on, and not like on purpose or like in a negative way. I just feel like Xbox is always the butt of someone's joke, and every time you see the Xbox branding on something, you question it, because for every Gears 4 and 5, for every, Forza, there's, Halo Infinite, there's, botched something or other, and price hikes of the Xbox, and confusing messaging. And that's just what it is, um, it is what it is, man. I don't know. I want to move on to the Toys for Bob thing. I don't want to spend another hour on this Xbox thing, because I'm honestly tired of talking about how awful their business has been. But the Toys for Bob thing is really interesting because they seem to get these classic IPs, right? Crash 4 was an incredible sequel, a modern sequel to those classic games that felt like the classic games but had modern tendencies in it, right? They did an amazing job on that game. It looks like they're going to do another great job with Spyro. Was Crash the last game they did?
No, I thought did Toys for Bob do this the Spyro trilogy, like the remakes?
They might have. But they seem to get it, right? And so to see them tackle some of Rare's classic games like Banjo or Conquer, I would love them to just be like Rare's kind of protege in this area, and kind of take the IP that, like Crash, like, okay, it's not going to sell, 10 million copies and make you $100 billion, but you could sell it at a $40 price tag, maybe sell a couple million units. The budget is cheap, the animation is cheap, right? Like that you can reuse animations, you can reuse assets, because games don't get much prettier when they're animated like that than they have been the last 10 years, right? Like look at Ratchet and Clank, right? That game's looked amazing since the PS3 era, right? I mean, you can't look much better. So like, I would love for Toys for Bob to be that studio of like, okay, let's have 2 or 3 teams. We'll pump out a new a new game and a classic IP every 2 years. Here's Crash, here's Spyro, here's Banjo, and it doesn't even just have to be Xbox IP, right? You can work with, PlayStation and pump out a new Sly game or a Jack and Daxter sequel. You can work with Nintendo even to make like a not necessarily a 3D Mario game, but like, I don't know, something.
Work with Sega, get a new Sonic game out.
Well, not even that. Like they could make like an Alex Kidd game or something, right? Like you could do something in that vein. Or they just seem to get it, right? And
they know how to make 3D platformers. Like it. And I'm not even using the Nintendo method or idea, but they have great design. The Spyro games that came out on Wii and 360 and PS3 and all of those consoles, they put a lot of them out the mug sold. I'm right that Toys R Us, they sold the mug sold. So they have an idea on how to make a platform game, and they literally at this time they could take, like you said, Corey, really any IP or platformer IP and make an amazing game out of it. Because they know how to design it. They know what works. They know great level design. They know the gameplay. They know how to keep the classic gameplay or recognizable things from those franchises, while also bringing in new ideas and merging those together and making them work.
Yeah, Stephanie, you're a big you're really excited for Spyro, and obviously Banjo would really do something for you, right? So like, I mean, would you like to see Toys for Bob kind of take that, kind of almost like what Sumo Digital was doing for a while, right? They were doing a lot of these for a while with Little Big Planet. They did the Sackboy game, right? The Sackboy's Big Adventure, and they've done quite a bit of other things.
Absolutely. Like, I was thrilled when I heard Toys for Bob was actually allowed to make something that's kind of right up their alley. So Spyro was a natural next step. And if they were allowed to make a Banjo-Kazooie game, I'd be over the moon for that. Lots of childhood memories of renting it at Blockbuster and playing it at my friend's house. Um, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds, and I hope they let Toys for Bob do their thing. Great things happen when you let developers make games that they wanna make.
Yeah, it also helps when they're not being, ruled by corporate overlords either, right? Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like the Sony situation now and obviously the direction Microsoft is going, and it makes you kind of appreciate Nintendo more from that perspective where
Yeah.
they don't like, yes, they are a publicly traded company, but they don't really care what the shareholders think, right? They just kind of do what they want to do at their own pace, you know, and they make it work. And so what if their stock price isn't the highest ever all the time? They're still selling units, they're selling games, they're making games at the lowest budget out of any AAA developer, really.
Well, that's the thing about Nintendo, right? Like, they're still a business, and they still treat themselves as a business entity, and they wanna be successful, they wanna be efficient. But the difference is that they're not working for the shareholders. There are shareholders, but that they're not working for, it's like a different mentality.
Mhm. Yeah. So, well, any final thoughts on these before we move on to Pack Watch?
Yep. We move on.
All right, Ed, give me it.
Pack Watch. Yeah.
All right, here are the games you can buy on your Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 this week. There's quite a few. None of them are amazing except for maybe one or two. So let's do this. On July 14th, you get Detopia for
Hmm.
$19.99. Step into the world of Detopia in this gentle-paced puzzle adventure. In Detopia, life is curated by artificial intelligence to maximize happiness. As the new facilitator, it's up to you to solve puzzles to keep the Detopia residents happy and the facility running.
I wonder what the D stands for.
Seems like you should turn safe search on for that. Stephanie, I put this one on here for you. This looks like a game that you might like. Uh, on the 14th, we're getting A Little Horror Story for $7.99. In A Little Horror Story, you play as a young boy trapped in a broken, time-distorted world. You must navigate silent forests and ruined structures while manipulating time to solve puzzles, avoid unbeaten dangers, and uncover your connection to the haunting reality around you. Kind of seems like Little Nightmares meets Limbo a little bit.
Okay.
Um, that's the vibe I got from the trailer, at least.
Alright, I can dig it.
All right. On the 15th, we're getting Cozy Grove Camp Spirit for
Mm.
$19.99. There's a Switch 1 and Switch 2 version of this, so buy accordingly.
Yep.
All those who are lost deserve kindness. Help cute ghostly bears find peace in this relaxing sequel to the beloved life sim game Cozy Grove, where kindness rules and new
Mhm.
crafting, building, and camping island adventures await. Also on the 15th, Dench Attack! Exclamation point. For $19.99. Flip, trick, and grind your train in a fast-paced, off-the-rails ride through a colorful Japanese dystopia. Outmatch rival gangs, wreck a shady megacorp, and take back the tracks with nothing but skill, speed, and style.
Yeah.
This looks like Jet Set Radio with trains.
Yes.
It's,
Pretty much it is.
I know. Something. On the 15th, we're getting Tito, which is a game from Super Rare Games, is publishing it digitally. Tito, explore a world of mayhem, and Michaels join Tito the Blob and Nori the Bunny in this 3D adventure platformer to stop the shadow corruption from spreading. Absorb wild powers, help eccentric characters, and save the world, one Michael at a time. On the 16th, Go-Go Town for $32.99. Step into the role of a hands-on mayor and build your town from the ground up. Plan neighborhoods, automate logistics, and grow your community, all while juggling workers, infrastructure, and day-to-day chaos to create your dream town. Play solo for total control or bring friends for co-op mayhem.
Kind of wish it was a music game on how to make go-go music.
Anyways, on the 16th, Called Set begins for $54.99. A hidden classic that fuses board and card games. Called Set features a unique, innovative system that has captivated fans since its debut. Players become scepters, wielding cards in intense battles where luck and strategy collide. After 10 years, a brand new story begins once again. Also on the 16th, this is the game I'm looking forward to the most.
Yes.
Moss, the Forgotten Relic for $19.99. I can't believe it's only $19.99 for both of those games in one package. Moss, the Forgotten Relic is an emotional and atmospheric adventure set in the pages of a living storybook, brimming with myth and ancient magic. Guide a tiny but determined hero on a heartfelt journey of challenge, courage, and connection. That's the one. That's the one this week, everybody. You should be buying. The Mermaid Mask for $19.99. An impossible locked room murder. Captain Mortuga lies dead beside an ancient cauldron aboard the world's strangest submarine. Crewed by sketchy suspects. A handcrafted point and click with sharp humor and tricky puzzles. Dive into the next mystery from the creators of Tangle Tower and Crow Country. People like Crow Country, right?
Yeah, Tangle Tower I beat on Series X, so this is like the follow-up to that game. They're really great games. So I'm really excited for this one.
Cool. Heave Ho 2 is $9.99. Get a grip. It's Heave Ho 2, the insane 2 to 4 player party game sequel takes the couch co-op mayhem online for the first time. Grab what you can and swing to win. Okay.
It is an indie direct.
On 7/16, Fitness Boxing 3 Nintendo Switch 2 edition for $15.99 or $59.99. Sorry, the upgrade path. There is one. I think it's $9.99. It wouldn't tell me because I don't own the game. A workout that fits your lifestyle, now enhanced for Nintendo Switch 2 system. Punch and dodge to the beat in the latest entry of the Fitness Boxing series. On 7/16, Outlaws Plus Handful of Missions Remaster for $29.99. This is from our friends over at Atari. When outlaws murdered your wife and took your daughter, everything you had was gone. Your gut aches for the blood and sweet revenge. Dying's too good for 'em now. Okay.
Guess you're supposed to say that in the country song.
I'm not. Dying's too good for 'em now. Assoluto Racing for $19.99. By the way, the other night I was really tired and that Midwestern Ohio accent started coming out, and I just wanted to die because I've tried so hard to learn how to hide that. So I don't feel like an idiot. Assoluto Racing is the next generation racing simulator by Infinity Vector that focuses on realistic physics, authentic licensed vehicles, and deep mechanical tuning. Next generation racing game, only for Nintendo Switch 1 and mobile devices, by the way. Players collect and modify iconic cars for manufacturers like Toyota, Nissan, and Porsche, competing on real-world circuits and in global multiplayer events. Here are the weekly updates for your games you could be playing right now. Nintendo has released a free Switch 2 eShop demo for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, allowing players to try the first chapter and carry save data into the full game. Nintendo's latest Tetris 99 Maximus Cup celebrates Star Fox's return with a special theme featuring Star Fox-inspired music, artwork, and Tetramino designs, unlocked by earning 100 event points. As we all know, Warframe's Tenacon 2026 revealed the next major story chapter, Warframe Tau, a new sentient Warframe named Briscoe, a card minigame, a Fortnite crossover, new enemies, environments, and more. Bandai Namco is releasing a free Digimon Story Time Stranger update alongside the Switch and Switch 2 versions, adding Terriermon Assistant, Photo Mode, Digivolution checks. Jeez, oh my gosh, people, these words. Graphics options and gameplay fixes. Oh my gosh, this is why I don't play games like this. Deltarune Chapter 5 is getting a new Switch 1 and 2 update with bug fixes, new dialogue, and several gameplay improvements after its recent launch. Square Enix has released a new patch for the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales on Steam. It's coming soon to Switch 2, adding an option to disable support character voices, improving tutorials, and fixing performance issues. Atelier Yumiya's latest update adds Switch 2 performance settings, improves frame rates, and fixes crashes and bugs across both Switch versions. There are some updates for Nintendo Switch Online for once, everybody. Who's excited?
Woo!
For Game Boy and Game Boy Color, we're getting Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, The Sword of Hope 2, and Fortified Zone. For Game Boy Advance, we're getting Dr. Mario and Puzzle League. And then on Nintendo Music, they are adding the F-Zero 99 soundtrack.
Nice.
And this just in, Nintendo Music also is just added free roam. New tunes featured in Free Roam in Mario Kart World have been added to Nintendo Music.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. They've been adding those like once a week, it seems like.
Yeah.
For the various Mario Kart games. But all right, let's get into Question Block.
Question Block.
Thank you. Remember, you can always submit a question to the podcast on social media, in our Discord, in the comments on YouTube, or email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. These are the questions submitted by you, our wonderful listeners. Ashley K via email writes in, "Hey everyone, I have a question. You boys, for you boys, but it's an easy one this week. Which game announced for the rest of 2026 are you most excited about? Looking forward to your answers. Also, have Stephanie on more. She's hot and needs to balance out the testosterone. No offense, you boys are still my favorite."
Oh, that's such a nice compliment. Oh my, that made my day. Thank you, Ashley.
Because there's nothing more testosterone filled than me and Ed. But yes, Stephanie knows she's allowed to hang out with us anytime she wants. All right, which game, one game, Edward, game, singular, are you most excited for the rest of the year?
Definitely Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
Yeah, that's mine too.
I'm waiting. I cannot wait to hear the soundtrack. I cannot wait to get into these character stories. The voice acting is going to probably be amazing. Because I think some of them revealed on who they're playing with. If not, then no, that was Star Fox. They were showing the people who got revealed on who they voiced. I think Fortune's Weave, we're still waiting. But yeah, they've been showing new trailers of different characters and their stories. And I'm just like, this game is going to be impactful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super excited. I just, I don't know who's going to be my iconic queen in the game, but like, I am so ready for this game.
Yeah. Stephanie, what's yours?
Well, that was going to be my answer. Now I feel like I have to change it. And everyone knows it's Ocarina of Time remake for me, but I also feel like that's a cheap answer. So I'm just going to say Silent Hill Townfall. And I know it's not coming to Switch 2, I don't think. But I've been getting into Silent Hill. I loved Silent Hill F, so I'm looking forward to playing that game.
Nice.
I wish Konami would redo the first Silent Hill because man, that
They
game
are,
missed so much
aren't
out.
they?
Bloober Hill, Bloober Hill,
Bloober Hill.
Bloober Team is remaking Silent Hill, the original, I believe. I think they're working on that for Konami.
Bloober Hill by
Okay.
Silent Team.
I would say, I would say Bloober Team is busy. It's blessed and busy.
Look, I mean, they went from like questionable at best to like really knocking it out of the park lately with Silent Hill 2 and from everything I heard from the people that played it, I think you played it too, Stephanie. Chronos, right?
Chronos to New Dawn is very good.
Is like really good, and now they're moving on to this stuff. Like they've really. I mean, their CEO came out and said it as much, right? Where they're like, we need to make games that don't suck, right? That was like his big thing that people took away. So
because they got an exclusive game for Switch for Nintendo, I think.
That's what I believe they're working on a horror game for Nintendo.
I think they have 3 games in development right now. So
yeah, they've got that 4v1 or 3. I forgot, it's an asymmetrical horror based on the Saw series. Like they have a lot going on.
All right, next question. Our old friend Deshaun Malone.
Hey, Deshaun.
Mad at you, Deshaun. We need to.
No,
we need to
stop
chat.
it! Stop it!
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're good. Everybody out there, I'm just kidding.
Don't scare away our fans, Corey.
Oh, can't scare Deshaun. Hey y'all, question for you. Should Zelda? Oh wait, I never said my most anticipated game, Fire Emblem. Duh. Hey y'all, question for you. Should Zelda remakes stay faithful or should Nintendo modernize them? Thanks for the pod. Steph, good to see you are on this week's pod. We watch every week. Love y'all. Treat each other good.
I'm loving the love. Thank you.
Jeez.
I do need to come on the podcast more often. People do like me. I love it.
Man, Edna, what are me and Ed? Chop liver? Jeez.
Just kidding.
No, Stephanie's just the Pow Block princess, I guess. That's her name now.
I guess it depends on what kind of. I know it seems like a pretty direct question but I think of it in two camps. Because in one way, Nintendo always likes to evolve their franchises, and they kind of went in a modernized direction with the Wilds era games. So if we're looking at a broad franchise direction, I think they're already doing that, and I think they should continue to do it. That's how franchises remain relevant and successful after 40 years. Now, if he's maybe referencing, for example, the remake of Ocarina of Time, that's kind of a different question, right? Like, should they stay faithful to the basic formula of everything and just completely revamp it, or should they do like a crazy Final Fantasy VII, 3 different parts, completely different version?
Revamp this game. Well, I should say revamp the controls first of all, because trust me, once the comparison starts,
I want to play with the N64 controller. I want a real experience.
No, revamp the whole control system for it.
I feel they'll modernize the controls, Ed. That I think is a high chance.
I think that's the thing about revamping is modernizing the controls. Because like in order for you to switch your special items, you had to keep going into the menu, switching the screen to get it, and then keep going back to solve puzzles. There was so much pausing and going in that game to solve stuff. It kind of hinders the experience. So I think just like control wise with that, just revise that. If they want to add cutscenes, they can. I think there's not much you could really do with Ocarina of Time. You could remake it, make it look good, make it run faster, probably cut some things here and there that wasn't necessary. But you can make the world look super gorgeous. Like we seen Breath of the Wild, like gorgeousness. They could just make this thing that like in a certain way. Picture the first time they showed the Breath of the Wild trailer, where Anuma snapped and the world came alive, and seeing something like that. That could be almost the same thing as Ocarina of Time. That you could see so much coming in, and like even in the background and stuff.
I tend to be an old fuddy-duddy and like I don't like change, but in this case, I would like them to go as liberal and hog wild as they want with Ocarina of Time remake. I don't think they will. I'll just say that right now. I really don't think they will. But I do, because I played Ocarina of Time well over 12 times. I know where almost every single item is. And while the remake of Star Fox 64, it didn't bother me that everything was in the exact same place, it might bother me if they did that with Ocarina of Time. But only time will tell. So,
Yes.
hmm
Because everybody's going to be like, the first thing, is this water dungeon fixed?
are all those keys located in the same place? Yeah.
Can I easily escape the Gerudo? To the
Jeez.
point where I have to buy the strategy guide for that Gerudo thing. But that's other Ocarina of Time strategy guide back in the day. Top tier.
Mm-hmm. Corey, how about you?
I think it depends. Man, I don't really know if I can answer this question fully until after we see what the Ocarina remake is, because we already know what they can do. We already know what they can do with the 2D Zeldas, right? With Link's Awakening, right? It's a pretty faithful remake with a nice, amazing, shiny coat of paint on it. But they did tweak some of the gameplay stuff. They did tweak some of the puzzles. They did tweak some things here and there. A lot of quality of life stuff. For the 2D Zeldas, I would love them to do that with every 2D Zelda, right? Maybe not that art style specifically, but like, pretty faithful to that 2D design, but with a fresh coat of paint, and fix the things that need fixed, and so on. We already know what they can do for a faithful remake, right? With Wind Waker HD. I know a lot of people like to say that's a remaster, but it is a remake. It is a different graphical style. It is a different, they did fix the puzzles towards the end of the game. They did fix some of the other things. It is a remake, and we know what they can do with the remasters, right? With Skyward Sword HD, Twilight Princess HD, etc. I really, it's the N64 games specifically that are the ones that need remade and I don't want to say revamped, but fixed in a lot of ways. And I really don't know how to say this until the Ocarina remake comes out. I think on the safe side, it's going to be faithful, just because that's what people want, right? And I think Nintendo knows that's what people want. I think you'll find some new things here and there. I think the most amazing thing would be if they re-added the light temple, and like they just gave you a new temple to play with, right? Like, I mean, that's what they did with Link's Awakening DX, right? They added that color temple that you could only get to in Game Boy Color, right? It's not a great dungeon, but it was a cool idea. And so, like, if they add something like that while keeping the rest of the game kind of feeling the same, or like, oh, this is how I remember Hyrule Field looking, maybe they have people walking around, maybe they have some, I don't know, vendors, or maybe they fill it with stuff. I don't know. But I think for Ocarina, you need to be faithful. And then depending on how that goes, you revisit, okay, will there be a Twilight Princess remake? How do we accomplish that? How are we going to change, do we change the beginning that everybody seems to hate? Do we change, the in between the stories, or in between the dungeon stuff, the filler stuff? Do we fix that? Do we change that? Do we get to go to the Twilight Realm? Will there be a sequel? Those types of things. But yeah, I guess that's my long drawn out answer of, like, I think the 2D games should definitely be faithful remakes with a fresh coat of paint. And then the 3D ones, I think you could play around a little bit with, and still make them feel like the originals while expanding. Um, so, that was a long-winded answer for no answer whatsoever. All right. Jackson P writes in on YouTube. Jeez, I'm dying here. Do you think Nintendo's first year of Switch 2 has exceeded expectations?
No.
No.
No. I'm not saying it's been a horrible first year. I just don't think it exceeded the expectations of this new and improved Switch. There was a small handful of tentpole games. I think they were okay. There's way more potential still yet to come. So,
Yeah, I just.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead, Ed. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think it kind of met expectations. Because I'm like, you're a console who released in July. Even though Nintendo has been consistent with their first party releases, whether it's ports, updates, and some new games. Um, I think a lot of people just wanted to see how the footing of the Switch 2 was going to be. Like, was it going to be something everybody looks forward to? Because, a lot of third parties started coming to it. A lot of indies was coming to it. And plus, but Nintendo was also doing, you know, dealing with with the regular Switch. I think with the Switch 2, and people just seeing how it was going to be after the system release. I think it kind of meet expectations. People just like, oh, just what I wanted in a updated Switch, but a little bit more powerful. Cool. I'll get games for it. I'll play this. We could have a Discord. We could have a discussion about the GameCube card whenever y'all want to. That's another day, not us. But I think people who now got it, who's once again posting pictures up that they got their physical, telling or going on stream saying this is a game that I'm playing on Switch 2. Everybody enjoying it. The system is still selling. More people saying that I was worried about getting the Switch 2. Now they got the system. Now they're playing games on it, and now they love the system. Switch 2 is slowly building up and becoming once again another great system from Nintendo that people are loving. So I think for their first year, I think they just meet expectations, and right now it's just growing. Capcom got a lot of love with their games. Ubisoft got a lot of love with their games. As much as indie and third party are coming to the system, whether it's a new game or a port, people are excited to play their games on Switch 2. So I think and that's just within this first year, and I think it's going to continue to pick up. Look at Pokemon Pokepedia. This is a game from Koei Tecmo and the Pokemon Company, a sim life game. It's 5 million copies right now and growing. Did not expect that for a side game. Definitely
it's
for
Pokemon
Koei
meets
Tecmo.
Animal Crossing. I don't know how you couldn't expect that, but it's.
But I think
it boggles my mind when people say they don't expect that from that.
I think because of Koei Tecmo doing the development. That's the thing about it. Koei Tecmo is known for like action and the Misu games and stuff like that. They wouldn't expect like cozy Animal Crossing style game from them, along with the Pokemon Company. But it's working for a lot of people. For some people, Pokemon Pokepedia is their game of the year. Pragmata, or Pragmata, whatever people want to call it, game became hard to find. Definitely for Switch 2. Like, if you did not pre-order that game when it came out, you weren't getting a physical copy unless you ordered it from Capcom or you waited for Amazon to get a restock in. And that says a lot for people playing that game and wanting it on Switch 2 more than they want it on Xbox or PlayStation. So I think right now, it meets the expectations for some people.
Yeah, I guess for me, just to kind of put a bow on the conversation, like I think Switch 2, I think the expectations were obviously much higher for Switch 2 than they were for Switch 1. Because the Switch 1 was coming off of the Wii U, and Switch 2 is coming off of Switch 1. So like there's a lot of different expectations. They are literally following the same blueprint as the Switch 1. I don't think people realize that, because just the Wii U didn't sell, so nobody paid attention, right? But now that this Switch 1 sold, people are paying attention, and they're like, what is this rollout of content? It's like, well, the Switch 1 literally did the same thing. And so like when you look at it from that perspective, I think Nintendo is just doing what worked before, because Ed, you and I have said this 1,000 times, and Stephanie, I'm sure you and I have talked about it quite a bit. It's like, this isn't Iwata and Reggie's Nintendo. This is Furukawa's Nintendo. Furukawa is there to make sure something works. He is there to make sure that what is working stays working. He is a money person. He is a conservative kind of a leader, which is fine, right? I mean, a lot of leaders are conservative. Not everyone is an Iwata, but
But the one difference, though, I will say, and I do think perspective is important, like coming off of the Wii U, but Switch 1's first-year launch titles, they launched with Breath of the Wild. I think that was lightning in a bottle right there. And then Mario Odyssey came out in 2017. We're missing the major titles.
True, but Breath of the Wild was a Wii U game.
Still, but it helped push Switch
2.
Yeah, but I think that's what people think, though. That's kind of my point, though, is like, nobody had a Wii U, so they all associate Breath of the Wild with the Switch because it was a launch title for the Switch. Whereas, not that Mario Kart was the launch game for Switch 2, but like, if Switch 1 didn't sell well and the Switch 2 came out, would we be associating Donkey Kong Bonanza as like the killer game, or like, Metroid Prime 4 or Pokemon Legends? Like, I understand there wasn't like that big Zelda moment for the Switch 2, but I'm just saying, like, I think a lot of people kind of forget that the Switch 1's first year, half of the titles that sold incredibly well were just Wii U ports, or Wii U 1.5s, like Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 2. The campaign was literally Splatoon 1's campaign, right? I mean, it was literally Splatoon 1's campaign. And there was other games throughout the rest of the year, but like, I know what you're saying, though, Stephanie. The Switch 2 they haven't had their Breath of the Wild game yet, and that's the one kind of major difference, I guess.
It was supposed to be Donkey Kong Bonanza. It actually was supposed to be Mario World Tour, due to the fact of how the sales of Mario Kart Deluxe has been. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Oh, I'm not saying Mario Kart's not going to sell well, but Breath of the Wild was like the game we were all looking for when the Switch came out.
Yes.
There wasn't that game for the Switch 2. I think Nintendo thinks Donkey Kong is more popular than he actually is.
Oh yeah, but I think at the time, Nintendo, looking at it number wise, was thinking it was Mario Kart. We weren't thinking it
from a financial
Nintendo
perspective. It makes a lot of sense, but from an excitement perspective,
it wasn't.
Not really.
It would be a great expansion pass, and I would have to only give credit to the Zelda cast. Shout out to the folks over on that podcast. I listened to them as well. They had an episode where they did a quick ranking or just discussion of every Nintendo console first year. Like they'll rate the console's first year lineup in celebration of like the Switch 2's 1 year anniversary, and they kind of like put in a lot of perspective. Just kind of, if anyone wants anything additional to listen to, that was a great episode.
I think we have like a 10-part. I think we have a 10-part.
No, we're not doing a 10-part thing. No, just write that down. Put it in the notes.
I will put it down in the notes. But we did expansion passes of all the Nintendo consoles and games and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, just to wrap it up, Switch 2 totally met my expectations, because all I wanted was a more powerful Switch that ran my games better with some new games sprinkled in there. They totally did that, so I'm fine with it.
And look, I'm still fighting for Hyrule Warriors, not Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment.
It's a great game. It's a great game.
Such a top 10 game. Top tier, perfect 10 game.
I'm not a Muso person, but it was a great game.
I did like it, yep.
All right, we have 2 more questions here. Let's get through these, and then we're gonna go to sleep. Kim C via email says, "Hey guys, I'm still loving the podcast every week. Looking forward to when Stephanie is back on the pod." Jeez.
Well, here I am.
Stephanie's all over the place here. She's the balance we all deserve. That's That's true. That's fair. My question is this: what's the biggest advantage of owning physical games today? Will Nintendo truly be the final physical platform? Thanks for all you do.
Uh, uh, oh, go ahead, Stephanie.
You sure? Sorry.
Yeah.
The biggest advantage of owning a physical game, I think, depends on why in the first place, because there are multiple reasons, and I think the value depends on the person. Like for me, I am an old lady now, so I like having something physical in my hand to look at. I am a big fan of art, so I love cover art. So I love having things on display. I love looking at everything. So for me, primarily, it's just like the artistry of it. Like I think there's an art to owning your own video game. But secondarily is yeah, if I've already I almost said rented out. I've lent multiple video games to families and friends. I have a lot actually in circulation right now, and that's only possible by going, here's this game, I think you'll like it. But I think it depends on the person. And my personal opinion is I do think if we were going to knock one out one by one, I feel like Nintendo would be the last platform to have physicals, but that's just kind of like a very personal take on it. Ed.
Um, I think the biggest advantage of owning physical games is pick up and play. That you literally just from on Switch, uh, for modern consoles, I would say compared to retro consoles, you can literally put a game, skip any of the updates if you want to, and go straight to the game and play it. Where with Xbox and PlayStation, you might be able to do that with some games, um, but like that all depends with online also, including that factor. Um, I think that's the big advantage of it. It's just like put it in, start playing right away. And if you want to do the upgrades and updates and stuff, you can. Or if you just want to play the game in this whatever mess or form that it came in when it first released, you have the options to do that too. Um, would I think Nintendo should be the final physical platform? I really don't think so. I think with the way prices, I think the way that physical was going, people are showing that physicals for all platforms still matter. Having that options. People are voicing their opinion about it and stuff, and maybe there's going to be they can always be a resurgence from digital. Nintendo, Sony, Steam, whatever video, anything in a video game could always go digital full time, but then there could also be a resurgence of those physical games. I mean, I meant to say those digital or those systems could go digital, but there could be a resurface of physical games. And once the resurface of physical games happen, watch the sales happen. Just like that. If PlayStation still goes digital all the way and they got a USB where you could use your PS5 disk drive, plug it in, we're reselling physical games, watch the sale numbers go up. And they would have to show Sony how important those sale numbers for physical games really matter and stuff. But I don't think Nintendo will be the final. I really don't think Nintendo will be the final one. I think there is still people who are willing to shell out good money to get a physical copy and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to add to either of those. I think I think the biggest thing is to have the option to have either a physical or digital, and I think that's the biggest problem right now. Is like it looks like Microsoft and Sony are going to take away that option, right? And that will leave Nintendo kind of as the de facto last bastion for physical games. And as all of us are primarily Nintendo players, collectors, like that's, you know, Nintendo collections are usually the only ones like I even care about at this point, is because like we grew up buying Nintendo games. That was the thing, and PlayStation's got a little bit of that too, right? With PS1 and PS2, but like there's so much nostalgia in the physical collection. And maybe that's just because we're getting older, and nostalgia is a big part of getting older and looking back, but I mean, it just sucks not to have that option, and it sucks that like there are just certain games that can't be on physical discs or cartridges anymore, right? I mean, I always go back to that Ubisoft quote that said, people are like, why are you using key cards? You're Ubisoft, you can spend the money on the cartridges. And they're like, it's not about the money on spending on cartridges. It's about the speed of the cartridge, and what we need and require for this game to run can't be done on the Switch cartridge. It has to be done on the solid state drive. So like, that's why we have the key cards. And like, the key cards are kind of like that middle ground, happy medium. Xbox has been doing that quote unquote key card thing for a long time with their licensed discs, where the disc only has a license on it and then it still prompts you to download the game, right? But I don't know, like Stephanie said, sharing, reselling if you're in a financial bind, those sorts of things, physical games are easy to do, and you can't do that with digital. So what can you do? What can you do? I hope we can all just, I hope they can figure it out, man. I still think Sony's going to backtrack at some point. They're going to have that first run of the PlayStation 6, they're going to have one of them dangly disc drives that just kind of hangs off via USB-C, kind of like the HD DVD player from Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And then that revision will have some sort of disc drive. I still think they're going to backtrack. I don't know.
Hey, they got a year, 5 months, so we'll see.
I mean, it's pretty bad when your first party studios are also dogging your announcement. Naughty Dog and Santa Monica both came out and said our next game will be on disc. So I don't know what you're talking about, Sony. Matt T writes in via email. This is our last question. Hey, agents, loving the podcast, and I want to say I'm loving then Stephanie is on.
Maybe when. Oh, thank you, Matt.
My question is more of an overall industry question framed around Nintendo. Has Nintendo become the most consistent publisher in gaming?
They always been consistent as a publisher.
Mm-hmm.
They've never stopped. They becoming the most consistent publisher in gaming. They've been publishing consistently ever since the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. Like they've never, it's never been a dull moment, probably besides the N64. But like they've been putting out.
Whoa, Ed, come on now.
They've been putting out a ton of hit games. Games that have changed the industry, games that have changed the genre, games that had other studios and definitely indies want to implement some of their games, or use their influence into their games and stuff. It's Nintendo has always been consistent with their games. They've just never stopped becoming the most. They've always been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but consistent doesn't always mean quantity either, though, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, Sony has been they've been pretty consistent since the PS4 era. I mean, the end of the PS3 era, even, right? In terms of quality, quantity, obviously questionable as games get more expensive and bigger and more cinematic and whatnot. But, yeah, I mean, I still think Nintendo, they have that quality factor that these companies strive for, right? I mean, Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo 3 separate times, and that's, they can't make a quality, they can't have consistency to save their lives right now. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Fable looks amazing, Gears looks amazing, Forza's always amazing, but like can't survive on those franchises alone. So,
yeah,
I mean, as much as I love Gears, it is nowhere near as popular as people might think it is. So, I think Nintendo's quality is very high. Obviously, Sony's quality is usually pretty high. I mean, what was their last quote unquote dud? And I'm not talking about multiplayer games either. I'm talking
Oh, I
strictly
was
the
to
single
say,
players. I mean, Concord
oh,
obviously is one, but like, I mean, what was it? Days Gone, maybe. And I still
yeah,
think people
Days
like
Gone.
that game, and it sold over 12 million units anyway. So
Days Gone did better on PC than it did on PlayStation 4.
that is not true, Ed. I know people think that, but it had that resurgence after it came out on PC because it was on sale on PlayStation. It's actually
On
sold more on
PlayStation.
PlayStation than PC, ironically
Okay.
enough.
I think
Sorry, I
that
didn't
was
mean that.
the
That sounded really
no no
mean when I said
no
that. I
no
wanted. I
no
was trying to be
no
funny.
because no it but this is why, because people didn't like it on PlayStation 4, and then when they hit PC, that's when they started making an argument of why is this game doing so good on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's why they that statement, whether you want to be funny or not, Corey, or correct me, if that that happened, then that was just showing the PC market, oh, we need to get this game for our system so we can show that we support it than PC. Because I'm just like, if PC is loving it more than us, we can't have that.
Mm-hmm. Stephanie, what do you think? Nintendo's
Excuse me.
quality versus the others.
I would say that they are one of the most consistent. It's kind of funny because they also have a philosophy to be innovative for the most part, but they are also consistent with that. They're just consistent with just their direction, their mission. So I know that even if they want to take a franchise in a different direction, I feel like nothing's ever truly surprised me, for better or for worse. Um, so I would say that they are reliable, consistent, and reliable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sometimes I think about if if PlayStation and Nintendo would have stuck it out, like how like the cinematic aspect of Sony's games would fit into the Nintendo library. Like, I mean, not that it would the same trajectory would have happened, but like I always think about like, you know, that is something really interesting to think about if like Uncharted and The Last of Us lived alongside Zelda and Mario and Metroid, and like what do all
Mhm.
these look like? And if what if Intergalactic was a Metroid game, or you know what I mean? Like that just seems like something. Anyways, it's not important right now. We answered the question. I'm gonna put a pin in it. We're gonna go to bed. Ed,
Yes.
get us out of here.
All right. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for the show. Any final thoughts, everybody? Stephanie, Corey, any final thoughts?
No, just cheers to the second half of 2026 and see what Nintendo has in store for us.
All right.
I mean, my final thought, just, I mean, I know she's not watching this, but happy birthday to Riley. She's
Aw.
8. She's very excited about all of her gifts. And everybody out there, just keep hugging those that you care about. So that's my final thought. A lot of people out there that you never really know what's going on. Sometimes they keep a smile on their face, sometimes they don't, but it's always important to keep the people you care about close.
Yeah. My final thought for everybody, is that we're soon going to be getting into fall gaming, so I hopefully everybody had a great summer. Hopefully you guys are all working on your backlogs. As the discussion about physical and digital games are going on, hopefully you guys are supporting these companies by buying their games physically. Whether you pre-order it, whether you're having it shipped to you, whatever way that you can acquire it, by buying it. If we're thinking about how games, and if we're thinking about digital and the things that's connected to it, buy the physical games if they're available. Show your support that way. I'm not saying that you can stop your subscription based stuff, but if you really want to keep physical alive, you have to go out and buy it. It's okay to have a backlog. It's okay to have a big shelf of physical games, whether you play them or not. But if you're going to have this discussion, you have to be out there buying games and supporting these developers and not so much the publishers, but the developers of these games, because it really matters. It really does matter. So that is my final thought. With that, everybody, thank you for watching and or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you joined us live, follow and subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching later on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments, whether it's on today's topics or a new idea we can discuss in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a nice review, as it helps us with discoverability and reach. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to all of our best shows on one feed. Thank you again for watching and or listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.
Goodbye. If you want to become a supporter of Boss Rush, you can head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. You can choose a tier that's right for you for as little as $1 a month, and you can even follow us for free. Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Francisco Santillan, Celeste Roberts of Read Only Magazine, Christian S. of Franchise Festival, Dustin Eckert, Todd Oksha of Fandom Foundry, Making Fun of MacGyver, Chat of the Wild, a Legend of Zelda podcast, and Sana Dirrig. Thanks for your continued support of Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network.